Welcome back to another edition of ASCII News. I have here with me Michael Shannon, standing once again for medical counsellor. Welcome back, Michael Shannon. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Keeping myself busy, keeping myself out of trouble, hopefully.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear. So, first off, start simply. Just tell us a little bit about yourself for those people who might not know that much about who you are and your background.
Okay, so I used to work down in the sewers, down in sewage treatment. I worked with Sally for a little while. Sally Fields, the counsellor, diplomat, crack, basically. I got told that either accept or volunteer for the surface, or they'd find me something worse to do. So I went volunteer for the surface. I've done a lot of research into the hive Vulcan. Sorry, let me get that exact. And I've been doing a lot of search into the various different plants that grow on the surface in the hope that some of them might be able to help us. I believe I'm getting some research on the radiation plants that we've put in to see whether or not they're clearing the field.
Excellent. Sounds interesting. So, this is going to be your second term, is that right?
It is, yes.
Excellent.
I wasn't going to stand because some of my fellow medics said that they wanted to do it. Then Napoleon Brenner said that he'd stand for psychic and not medic. And then Kaz decided to move to fortitude. I think he's going to be happier there.
Yes, I know. I know, Cass. I think his mentality will fit quite well in with the
Very well,
fortitude lads.
yeah.
So your first term was very eventful. How do you plan on using your experiences to further the Ascendancy's goals?
Well, I'm rather concerned about the bunker at the minute. I'm looking into seeing if we can make the crops yield more for us, so everyone's got more to eat. I want to try and see if I could stabilize the position locally, but I do believe that we need to be outside. We need to know what threats are out there. We need to have allies to help us deal with that threat. And the more allies we have, the easier it will be to deal with certain threats.
Okay. Okay, so in that case, what are your priorities then for the coming year?
My priorities for the coming year are, well, first off, I want to make sure that the research that the network have been doing with the high Vulcan technology is put a stop to. They're playing with something rather dangerous there, and I could see that going wrong very quickly, very badly. I want to conduct some research into C7 and psionics because everyone keeps telling us there's a link, but I'm not convinced of it myself. So I should put some research into that at some point. But basically, at the minute, I'm worried about network. I'm worried about what they're doing and how they're managing to get into damage and cause damage to reset.
Yeah, it's certainly
damage being the AI of bunker fortitude.
Yeah, it's quite a concern. We all need to work together, don't we, and support one another, certainly. So you mentioned research proposals just then, and you've just talked us through one of them, and you mentioned quite a few different ones in your manifesto. Can you share any of your ideas with us and what benefits that they may have?
I'm looking into the super mutant issue, but because the next set of missions aren't going in that direction, I've kind of let that fall to the wayside for a bit. I'm hoping to develop something that the super mutants can deal with, or will deal with the super mutants. I don't really want to turn it into a toxin, but I might have to. They are a bit unstoppable otherwise. Other than that, I just generally want to kind of improve things. As I said, I've mentioned the radiation trees to try and cut down on the amount of radiation that's around. I'm hoping we can even adapt them so that they can survive in a gamma radiation area and reduce the level of radiation there as well. But yeah, I mean, mainly I'd like to try and improve upon our local environment. I'd really like to improve upon the medical situation within the Free People.
Yeah.
We can treat a lot of things now. We need to make sure that we can pass that treatment on. The thing that scared me the most was when the Vulcan hive introduced that nano-based plague off an old world plague, and it just rocketed through the tribes. I'm quite surprised we didn't lose many more people than we did.
Is that the one where you mentioned in your manifesto about having done was it a vaccine that you helped develop for them?
Yes,
Yes.
and Fang helped me get it out to people, and I believe Sally provided me with a lot of samples,
Yeah.
so I could get to that vaccine. But yes, things like this,
Excellent.
the bunker that you send it to the FEF, it's something that we need to work together on. If Hive Vulcan is going to go down that route of using diseases against us, then our advanced medical capabilities will help stop that happening.
Absolutely. And as we've touched on before, if we work together, everything becomes easier.
Yes.
So we've talked about then about plans for outside of the bunker. I really like the idea of reducing that radiation so we can use that land for better purposes. But what plans do you have for life within the bunker?
Well, as I said, I was looking at the way the bunker grows its crops, maybe to increase crop yield, give us more food, as it were. Therefore, people could eat better, and generally have more to eat. I want to look at improving basically the quality of crops and the quality of the food that comes out of them, and then pass those improvements on to, for example, like bunker fortitude, because I know they suffer a lot with that.
Yes, that's right. I've heard that too. So it would be good if we could again club together to help them out. So my next question then is, in other manifestos, a couple of the guys have, or the potential candidates have mentioned they have a 5-year plan. Have you got any comments on the 5-year plan?
I do. Within that 5-year plan, there is a mention of removing the legal responsibility from the FEF, and I believe this is a mistake. This should not happen. If you remove that legal responsibility, you remove the fact that there will be consequences for actions. I myself welcomed the trial over my actions that took place last year. And I feel that if we were to remove that, we would very quickly fall down the road that, as an example, Bunker Victoria have fallen down. The FEF needs that ability to know that if they do something dreadful, there will be consequences. If you remove that, you remove the fear of those consequences.
Okay, interesting thoughts you have there. Do you have anything else you'd like to add? Any messages to send to people who would potentially vote for you?
I want to improve life for everyone, mainly in the bunker, outside the free peoples. No one with our level of medical technology needs to suffer as much as they possibly are at this moment in time. I think we work better together rather than apart. And I would suggest that we work well with our allies to solve a lot of the issues that are happening out there. Maybe even see if we could convince a few people that maybe don't like us at the moment, but could possibly become allies in the future. And there are a lot of mysteries to solve out there. And I'd like to be the one that helps solving them.
And staying alive at the same time, of course.
Of
Doing the
course, yes.
solving.
It's quite
Very,
important, yes.
very important. Well, thank you ever so much for your time this evening. I understand that you are incredibly busy doing medical stuff. I won't pretend to understand what that is, but I want to thank you for your time, and hopefully we'll see you back in office. Is it the end of the month? End of the month.
End of the month, I think, yes. But thank you very much for your time. It's
No
been
problem.
a good chat.
Thanks very much.